Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me today. I wanted to do a quick gear review of a piece of equipment that I've had for quite a while. I've just not got around to telling you guys about it. You might have seen it on my Pendle Way videos where I've been camping on a solo long distance trail. And I first got this ECOTEK Hybern8 sleep pad. It's about $34.95. I first got this for the Gritstone Trail, which was to be my first solo long distance backpacking trip. I've been backpacking and camping and long distance walking before, but never really as a solo hiker. This was back in 2019. So I didn't want to spend a lot of money on sort of the Neo Air pad and things like that until I was confident that this was the path I was going down. So this came up on Amazon and so I thought, well, I'll give it a try. It's a bit unusual. It's ultra lightweight, unlike some other sleep pads. But it was affordable, so that was its main selling point. But I was pleasantly surprised. Let me get it inflated, because that would help, and then we'll talk a bit about it. So on the back, has the usual rubber valve, with a little one-way valve going on in there. You can see how thin the material is. Green on one side, light green on one side, dark green on this one. You can get different colours. And it's just a straightforward Right, that was 14 to the deep lungfuls of air, that. So it's not quite as much as other pads might need. But you can see why it's ultra light. It's this cellular design. It's all dead squishy. There's the ECOTEK brand. Hybern8, whatever. But it's, if you look end on, it's super thin. And these sort of pockets, they sort of inflate to what? 1.5 inches maybe, 2 inches. And you can feel the squishiness of it. It's very tapered. You can see that it's going down to the foot end. It's nowhere near as wide as the top. And it looks flimsy. It looks like, oh my word, what have I bought? Which was my first thought, I'm going to be honest. Now the controversial thing, we'll put this out of the way for the time being. The controversial thing is, it is one of the most comfiest mats I've ever slept on. It's strange. Now, I do want to give some caveats to this. First of all, since having kids, if you're a parent, you'll know that your sleep pattern is completely whacked out. You never really recover from it. So I got through raising children, and one child, my son, was particularly difficult because he was having severe teeth problems. Elephant in the room, you may have noticed I have bad teeth. It's a hereditary thing. Sort of my mum, born with her teeth rotting. I had the same thing, but it was undiagnosed until my son came along, and then a very wise dentist picked up on the fact that his teeth, as sort of a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old, were actually coming out fragile and broken. And even now he's had to have a lot of dental work done. Me, on the other hand, I really can't be bothered spending money on having these replaced with false teeth. The day may come. You may one day see me give a big cheesy grin, but not at the time being. It's very expensive British dental work. So anyway, that by the by, so he was having horrendous toothache as a young boy. So it meant a lot of sleepless nights and a lot of napping. So right now, I could easily get on the settee and have a nap. That's how easy I can go to sleep. So I want you to take that into account when I talk about this sleep pad. You may be a more delicate sleeper. You might find it very difficult to sleep in a tent or to sleep outside of your own comfortable bedroom. I do not, so bear that in mind. But as far as I can tell from my own opinion, that's all it is. This is super comfy. It's not like I'm led there feeling every bump under the ground. I really did feel that on that first night on the Gritstone Trail, I just zonked out. The only problem I had at the time was surrounding noise, which I've talked about before. You can actually buy sort of soft headphones. It's like a headband. It goes over your ears. You can put some ambient sound on your mobile phone and just have that playing, or white noise, just to block out all the camp sounds. That was my only issue. As far as comfort, you saw it was only about 14 breaths, and I sped it up, but it was about 14 sort of full lungfuls, and I was done. It was solid. And one negative is it's quite difficult to lay it down because it's so thin and it kind of twists. But once you've got your sleeping bag on there, your pillow and whatnot, it kind of flattens out. So when I did sleep on it on the Gritstone Trail, and then subsequently on 2 other hikes where I was camping, I didn't feel a thing. It was such a good night's sleep. It didn't move or slide around underneath. It's quite grippy on the bottom of my tent. And yeah, I was easily able to lie either on my back or roll over onto my side and enjoy the comfort of those 2-inch cells. And it's ultra light and it compresses right down. You saw it in my hand. It folds down to about that big. So you can just leave it sort of flat folds to put somewhere in the bottom of a bag. So I will be sticking with that. I did consider the Neo Air pad that everyone's using, the bright yellow one. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I was really impressed with this. Let me see if I can find the actual weight for you. Just give me a second. Let's see how much it actually weighs in the pack, if you're a weight nerd. So it comes in at 1.13 pounds. I don't know what that is in grams. That's just what Amazon's telling me. 75D woven polyester material. Lifetime warranty. Packs down to 10-inch by 3-inch. What can you ask for? Got some great reviews on it. Amazon does some great reviews. And that's about it. So it's made by ECOTEK. And there you go. What more can I say, guys? So that's something for you to think about. That appears on Amazon in a variety of different forms. It's not necessarily their particular design. You can get other brands selling the same product. You'll notice this kind of cellular design rather than like the Neo Air with its baffles, horizontal baffles. Something for you to consider if you're trying to really reduce pack weight. I wasn't at the time. I still am not. I've talked about my pack before now. I quite happily carry 20 kilos. Does not bother me. But it was just the cost at £35. Fantastic value. And I'm just looking at it now and it's staying up. And I've had it 2 years. So there you go, guys. I'll bring it back in for you to have one last look. The ECOTEK Hybern8. The cellular squishy design. Do your own research, do your own shopping. And I hope that's helpful and gives you something to think about. That's it from me. I hope to be using this. Like I said, I want to get on the Gritstone Trail again this year. Film that for you guys. It's becoming quite popular now. I notice a lot of Instagrammers are doing the Gritstone Trail. It's only about 35 miles long. And there's a pub right in the middle where behind the pub there is a campsite. So you can pitch your tent and then go in the pub, have a meal, have a few drinks and go and have a good night's sleep and carry on walking the day after. So yeah, that's on the cards. There's the Wire Way, which has a campsite involved. Well, I've got a pub at one end, pub on the first day, campsite on the second day. Yeah, so let's hope, God willing, that we'll be able to get out and do some actual multi-day hikes and get some camping done. So anyway, guys, that's enough waffle. The weather is beautiful outside. I really wish that I'd not been so busy. Could have got some more extra hiking in. But I was out on the Bowland Fells yesterday. So go and check that video out. And I will see you, no doubt, next time back on the trail.